And we're back for part 3 of Wrestling in Mom's Basement Year-End Awards, or the WIMBs. I am Patrick Young. This guy to my right doesn't need any introductions because this is the third part of the video. Joe Venuta.
Up next is the Best Babyface Award. Today, going to perform as best at receiving the adulation of the ladies. And previous years, I gave this award in 2011 to Randy Orton, 2012 to John Cena, 2013 Dan Bryan, 2014 Dolph Ziggler, 2015 John Cena, 2016 Dean Ambrose.
Alright,
In sixth place.
in 6th place, my 5th runner-up, I'm actually going to give it to Roger Strong. Just because at the beginning of the year, we had the video packages of what his childhood life was and what he came to be. I thought that made him really sympathetic, and it carries on to affect his character and give him the following into now.
In sixth place, Asuka. Asuka sees Ruth Ford's undefeated face that kicks ass. She should be locked in as a face for the majority of her run.
Yeah.
Fifth place?
5th place for me is the New Day. Every place they go, they get cheered. Everybody enjoys their stuff. They've switched over from cereal to pancakes, and everyone still loves them, even though they don't provide syrup for their pancakes. But anyway, it's still my pick's the New Day.
5th place against Dean Ambrose, last year's winner. He's still over, beginning of the year he was running a little seal. The story on Seth, the reunion, helped him get back over to where he was. And ultimately motivate him. 4th place.
4th place for me is Ember Moon. It was pretty much because she kept on getting really close to Asuka's title or beating Asuka this year, and she didn't quite make it, so it made her a bit more sympathetic and made her a bit more relatable.
4th place, this dude is reached around as the Intercontinental Champion, and the Shield reunion, Roman Reigns. Roman was booed by WrestleMania, and especially at but he also works well as a face. That makes the big comebacks and matches. He's improved a lot in that regard, so Roman, 1/4.
My 2nd runner-up is actually Seth Rollins. He started the year feuding with Triple H, in which he almost got injured. They barred him from the building. Then he almost got injured by Samoa Joe. He came close to not being able to WrestleMania for the 2nd year in a row. He finally took down Triple H. He had that long-term angle with Dean Ambrose where he was trying to join his brother once again. Dean wanted to do it, but then he didn't want to do it because he didn't want to feel that pain. And then it created the reunion for the Shield as well. I thought he may have actually had the overall best run on the main roster as a face this year. Except for one person, who I'm going to name next, but I thought Seth Rollins had a pretty good run as a face this year. Starting out kind of wishy-washy and slow after Triple H helped own him from the title the year before.
My 3rd place was also Seth Rollins. I agree with everything what Pat said. I think Rollins can be a bigger star as a face.
Yeah.
He's a great heel to be matched up with. 2nd place?
2nd place for me is AJ Styles. A lot of the same reasons from New Day. But it's just because AJ Styles performs better than anybody else, probably in the world. And the fans just get along with that. They enjoy watching him. They love AJ. AJ's my 2nd pick.
2nd place for me would be the New Day. The New Day were more fun as heels a few years ago, but I think their match quality was better this year than any year to run as a team. They are sort of popping with the crowd, and I'm so glad they are still together. And I never want to say it's just stables anymore, but I hope it can last a few more years. The New Day together. And winner?
Alright, so my winner is Johnny Gargano. Just because we followed along with him through the year, beginning with DIY, Breaking up DIY and probably the most shocking thing. Everyone treats him like the underdog in all of his matches since then. He still felt the, I guess, I'm not sure how to describe it, but the yips from Tommaso Ciampa turning on him. And now he's just starting to get over it, and we're starting to see success. He's been the ultimate underdog this year, and I think people have really latched on to that.
My first place is a tie between Johnny Gargano and AJ Styles. Johnny Gargano, for the reasons Pat mentioned and what I mentioned earlier, Tommaso Ciampa's heel turn. And with AJ was a no-brainer. Even though he was a heel for the first 3 months of the year, AJ sent Shane through a car window, then beat him at WrestleMania, and to face a month later, or 2 days later, because the crowd love AJ so much. It's just weird they face so quick into a vicious heel attack on Shane. If you watch the shows every week, I don't think there's a question that's AJ's the most popular guy in WWE, and will likely stand a face role for many more years to come. Best heel. This is to be given to the performer like the face, but it's the best at drawing the air and the heat of the audience. In previous years, I've given this award in 2011 to Christian, 2012 to Daniel Bryan, 2013 Paul Heyman, 2014 Seth Rollins, 2015 Seth Rollins, and 2016 AJ Styles.
Alright, so my fifth runner-up is going to be someone from the Cruiserweights who essentially carried the Cruiserweights for the majority of the year. It's going to be Neville. I just felt like he was the badass that you can stop in the Cruiserweight division. He just had this presence of pure intimidation. Even to how he would just death stare to the fans just walking out there. And also how he wrestled, he rarely ever lost until he ran into Enzo and wanted to leave. So, Neville gets the first honorable mention.
In sixth place, Alexa Bliss, for me. Fly out, she's easily the most hateable woman.
Yes.
She's the only heel that knows how to do her job, just failing the main roster. Alright, moving on. Fifth place.
Fifth place, or fourth runner-up, I'm giving it to Andrade, who really stepped up his game this year. Right at the very end, when he got Zelina along, I thought he has stepped in the role as the cocky heel, and Zelina has given him new life at the end of this year to help him put him over the top.
And fifth place, I gave to Samoa Joe. Fifth place, Samoa Joe's like my top two, once I get to him. And that he's a pure heel. Particularly when Joe was feuding with Lesnar in the summer, he was at his best.
Yes.
Fourth place?
Fourth place for me is Alexa Bliss. Along with what Joe said about her earlier, her heel promos come off as they're coming directly from the heart, even if they are scripted. Again, I think she's definitely the only woman heel that actually does her job.
In fourth place for me, Braun Strowman. If Braun Strowman didn't enter face, I may have considered him more for this award. He's a natural heel to me. You know, I'm sure Triple H will do all the cheap things he can to get Strowman more over his face, but I think Strowman is just much better as a main guy.
I was thinking about him, however, it's because he ended up doing some like incredibly just over the top things that he actually was almost face like even when he was healed.
Okay, yeah.
To me, so I didn't. He is crazy good though. My second runner up is Samoa Joe. Again, he's that badass guy you just can't beat, and he really doesn't care what you think. Again, I can give the same compliment here that I gave to Alexa Bliss, that his promos, when he speaks them, they don't sound scripted whatsoever. And again, just to reiterate, he's the badass you just don't want to meet in the corner.
In third place, I'm going to be praising them heavily coming up, but right now I give it to the Usos. The heel turns what really got them to that next level as a team. and they get better reactions too. Turn him face for the last few months isn't a move I personally support, but I guess it's just a move's way of listening to the crowd and changing somebody's position. So I can't necessarily complain about that because they don't normally do that. So actually, now that I'm going for these awards, they did that a lot more than they normally do this year. So kudos to them. Second place.
Second place, I'm actually going to give to Kevin Owens, just because he's the top heel with probably one of the best mic working abilities. He was also the dastardly guy to finally turn Sami Zayn heel. So, just for that alone, I have to give him second place.
For me, I also agree with Pat. Kevin Owens is right there with my number one as the best heel. It was a close race between them for me, 1 and 2. Similar qualities in a lot of ways. Owens is a bit better in the ring, too, than my number one, but I have to give it to my number one, so number 2, Kevin Owens. And number 1?
My number 1 is The Miz. Just because he, if nothing else, he's fantastic on the mic. He really just taps into something that just comes out with passion and with whatever he speaks. Generally this year it's been on the heel side. Even I would probably even wager a guess at giving him this award last year from me. He is definitely one of the more hateable ones, but he's also what he says he's one of the most must see.
And for me, it's also The Miz. The Miz is a great heel because he knows his job is to rile up the crowd, and he never wants them to support him. There are times when he gets cheers because he's so good at what he does. If you think about the last 11 years, or 12 years, a big turnaround for him. But as soon as that happens, he usually gets the crowd turning against him quickly. Having more each side and later with the Miz trials being inside has really helped us get that heat in a cute way too. And like I'll be told about later, I thought this was probably the best year of the Miz's career. 2016 and 2017. These are the best years of his career. I'll give more of that as we go along. One more bigger awards in terms of amounts. 2011, the next big thing award, and it's been given wrestlers and wrestling fan the next big thing they do here. The past people I probably would have given this to if I was like thinking back. In 2009, I probably would have said John Morrison. In 2010, probably Alberto Del Rio, because the way they did debut it makes a big deal.
Yeah.
2011, Cody Rhodes. I think I hit the nail with some of these. Like where in our current positions, Morrison is a huge star outside WWE. Del Rio was a big star in WWE. 2011, Cody Rhodes, obviously Cody.
Yeah.
2012, Dolph Ziggler.
Sure.
Dolph is still a breakout in terms of being one of the more noble days in WWE. Yes. 2013, I would say Roman. 2014, Bray Wyatt. 2015, Sami Zayn. And 2016, I would say Shinsuke Nakamura. And what I'm going to try to do is never mention the same people again. Because next big thing, if you didn't do what I said, then there's a good chance you might not. So,
yeah.
But who you got in ninth place?
For ninth place, for this award, generally I actually decided to stay in NXT.
Okay, I'm all over the place.
Because there hasn't been that many call-ups or that many different where you could say these people are definitely going to be the next top thing.
Oh, I meant next big thing. I meant even people in the main roster.
Oh, okay.
If you thought they were going to explode, like Braun, say. But
yeah,
you were explode.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah, last year, yeah.
Right.
That's what I meant.
Alright, well, anyway, I still stayed in NXT.
What's your main section?
Just because I think there is a nice underbelly there that will eventually explode and make NXT better and hopefully get onto the main roster that way as well. So my ninth runner-up, or my ninth place, will actually be the Street Profits. I see them being a better form of primetime, a much better form of primetime. Well, they'll actually have in-ring ability as well. Right now, they're showing a lot of personality. They're very entertaining to watch. And I'm waiting for them to step up to the next game, which hopefully they'll probably get to when they start contending for the tag team titles in the NXT.
Okay. In ninth place, I'm all over the place here, Steven. Why is my ninth place a week? Okay, I lost why I set for ninth place, but my ninth place was the Authors of Pain. I feel I did a mixture of the rosters just to. I feel like right now that they're going to explode into the tag division, especially on Raw, where there's barely anyone that get called up.
Yeah.
And I should have probably mentioned them too for most improved from the beginning of the year to now. Definitely. So, Authors of Pain will be my ninth place.
Okay, so in my 8th place, she hasn't actually debuted on an NXT yet. However, I was highly impressed with her in the Mae Young Classic, and that is actually Dakota Kai. I think she's probably going to be the NXT women's next top face, along the lines of Bayley almost. I was incredibly impressed with her in the Mae Young Classic, and I think she's actually going to do much more this year.
Another one I want to say probably for this, I want to say is, I want to try to pick someone that has then been like a WWE world or kind of world champion or universal champion because they kind of were broke out then.
Yes.
Big thing. And Braun's like we said, main event. So, for my 8th place, I'm going with somebody currently on SmackDown, who I didn't think he was going to succeed with his partner getting released last year, but as he seemed to found initial SmackDown A English. I think he was getting over on his own as a solo star, but obviously it's pairing with Rusev. I think eventually when they break up, Rusev's the one getting a lot of love, rightfully so, but he's not technically the one that started the Rusev Day phenomenon either.
It's
technically the brains behind that. So I feel like Aiden is at least going to explode into the upper mid-card scene in 2018.
Yeah.
If the team splits, actually I won't split them, but if they did, yeah.
Alright, for my 7th place, I'm actually going to give to Kairi Sane. She just won the Mae Young Classic, so she has a bit more success, which kind of explains why she's a little lower. However, I don't think that's going to deter her from being one of the top women in NXT and then go on to be one of the top women on the main roster.
In 7th place, I went with... I don't want to do this, but I know she's going to be a big star. Because I thought you see her. And because she is gorgeous. She's on Raw.
Hungry Eyes?
Yeah. I want Mandy Rose because I can tell she's going to be a star.
Mandy Hungry Eyes Rose.
If I'm looking at her, obviously I'll be lying if I'm not saying she's gorgeous or she's not going to be a star. She already has the superstar look. And she's going to be a big deal very soon, trust me. I have no doubt about that.
Oh, yeah. My 5th pick is actually the runner-up to the Mae Young Classic tournament. It's actually Shayna Baszler. Again, she's one of the 4 horsewomen, so she technically already has some momentum behind her because of that. But still, I think she's going to be the dominant monster in NXT for a bit, and then probably go onto the main roster and just be that dominant force as well.
Alright, that was 5th place, correct?
Yes.
Alright, in 5th place, I have a 3-way tie. Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, and Ember Moon.
Okay.
Ember, firstly, she has great look. She's incredibly athletic, and her matches are fun to watch. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, their matches together did turn incredible matches last year. I hope WWE utilizes both more players in NXT or the main roster. Who knows if the WK show will become a regular thing, too. They're so good already, I'm ready to become bigger stars in 2018.
So my 4th place, honorable mention, is going to be Velveteen Dream. Just because I just because I think he's definitely going to be the next major character WWE has in their hands. Just because of how he's just jumped straight into the character. He essentially knows who that character is, and I feel that will make him more unique than anybody else in the WWE roster, because there aren't as many characters like that, or there's not many characters at all. It's generally just extensions of themselves. So I think Velveteen will actually stand out, maybe a lot more than others will. going forward.
In fourth place, I gave it to Jason Jordan. I've always been a fan of Jason Jordan. I think he's going to be here in 2018. The story of him being Triangle's son could be great when Jordan turns heel. It would be even better if Jordan lied about the whole thing. Jordan's under 30 years old and has an incredibly bright future. People that hate the story of Jordan right now need to learn how to be patient. It could work really well if it's not rushed.
My third honorable mention, or my third place honorable mention, I'm going to go with Tyler Bate. The guy's 19 years old, and he's crazy talented at that age. I'm sorry, he's 20 years
20
old.
now, yeah. But when you're
But yeah, he's still crazy talented at that age, and he definitely has a bright future ahead of him.
Third place, I think Adam Cole. I think Adam Cole will be NXT champion at some point in the first half of 22, and he may get serious push on the main roster by the end of the year. Perhaps it would be a better choice for this award next year, but so right now he's at third place. That's if he doesn't win one of the main championships by the end of the year, which I think he's assumed Universal Day champion by the end of the year.
Oh yeah. My second runner-up is, in fact, Adam Cole. Along with what Joe said, I think he's the complete package, essentially. He's got the personality, he's got the neck skills, he's got the in-ring work. He's already got a fan base following behind him with his stint off the Bullet Club. So I think he is ready to explode in 2018.
And my second place, and just missed out the winner spot, Chad Gable. Chad Gable's full potential. He's a guy that should bring out as a singles wrestler. You know, I do love the team with Shelton, but Shelton should also be in singles wrestling built too. I think that will happen. I think they'll split in the second half of 2018. There's so much potential for him as a charismatic, smaller guy. Gable that can win over the crowd. He gets better all the time.
Alright, so my first overall runner-up is going to be Aleister Black. Again, along with Velveteen, he has a certain character that he's sticking to, and it's getting over like gangbusters already. You put it on the main roster, give it a bit more production behind it, a little bit bigger stage. I think that's where Aleister is factoring to shine.
Now, with my second place too, Aleister's going to be a huge star no matter where. Just imagine his entrance at WrestleMania or SummerSlam. Some of them was Lions Rumble, Star Series, Money in the Bank, all the majors.
Yeah. Alright, so my winner of the award is I'm actually going to give it to Pete Dunne. Again, he's only 24 years old and he's crazy talented already. He fits the part of just being completely... the one word that comes to mind off the top of my head right now is destructive and monster-wise for being a guy that's only 205 pounds.
Right.
Just being that absolute villain that I think WWE has been missing.
My first place, Rusev. The phenomenon as Rusev Day may be what propels Rusev to the next level as a main event player in WWE. Right now, Rusev's in tag team with one of the fellow runner-ups I had in English, and they're working his heels, but it sure feels like the face turn is coming a week down for him.
Yeah.
I don't see them team up all year either, which is, I feel confident saying Rusev could be a breakout face in 2018.
I think he can too, actually.
Why not? The heel thing can only go so far, yet now people are loving him as an entertaining face. That's also the ass kicker. As long as WWE doesn't book him like a comedian foreigner like Kozlov, he should do very well. Aiden, like I said earlier, is very good too. Continues to impress. I see big things for him as well.
Also, if you do happen to watch Total Divas, I know it's not typically a smart watch of the week. However, if you do see it, especially this season, Rusev's on, and he's actually a naturally likable guy. Mm-hmm. Not so much Lana. You get to see Lana's looks on the show. It tends to be her best trait, but Rusev is just such a likable guy that I think he'll fit in that face role easily.
Definitely. Up next, the best tag team. To be given to the two men that function best as tag team. In past years, I given this award in 2009 to Chris Jericho and the Big Show. 2010, I gave it to the Hart Dynasty. 2011, Boom, Evan Bourne, Kofi Kingston. 2012, Team Hell No King Daniel Bryan. 2013, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. 2014, the Usos. 2015, the New Day. 2016, the New Day. You know, I probably should have made that the Revival. It was the New Day. The Revival, they have an excellent 2016.
Yeah, they did.
So kind of New Day 3-peat. We're going to find out. For a second, so 5th place?
5th place, I'm going to give it to the Hardy Boys. They're just coming off their Broken Hardy shtick in Impact Wrestling. And they finally made it back to WWE after several years of being gone and immediately won the Tag Team Championships, making the most memorable moment of the year. Or one of the most memorable moments.
My most memorable moment of the year.
Yes, his most memorable moment of the year. My second most memorable moment of the year. But still, I thought that it created a nice boost for the tag division as soon as they got there, as well as adding a veteran tag team as well. Names that people would know. I thought they've helped the tag division in a lot of ways.
I didn't put them on the list, but I did think that considering for 5th place, the Hardys did have a pretty good run for me, but that was stopped when Jeff had to get shoulder surgery. And another team, I'm hoping the Revival can have a healthy 2018. It's like I said, it's full of injuries. So they're a great team too, but those teams both missed out because of injuries. So my 5th place, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose.
Okay.
Whose team's over now? Of course, Ambrose and Serb. So this came out as a 3-way tie for me. Which team? I guess whose story I enjoyed the most. Well, they were all hurt. Obviously, the Revival really got a chance to do a story. And the Hardys, while they had a strong story with the bar, I think it was Dean and Seth's story overtook that for me.
Yeah.
So now that Dean's hurt, it was fun though to see them on fire in late summer. In late summer, so.
My 4th place, the award, is actually Seth and Dean. Just because they had the story behind them of, Dean finally forgives Seth for what happened was actually such compelling television. It was probably the best stuff WWE was putting on at that time. Mm-hmm. And they ended up coming together and giving slight teases of the Shield going into the actual reunion that wouldn't be and then would be, and then Dean got injured to end off the year. But still, I thought that they were a very compelling tag team and very strong faces this year.
4th place for me, Authors Pain.
Okay.
Give Authors Pain a lot of credit. They are in their early 20s. They are NXT guys and they had some outstanding matches this year too. They're a team to watch, but there's no rush to put on the main roster since they're so young too.
Alright, so my 3rd place is the Bar. They've actually done pretty good for just a makeshift tag team that Mick Foley decided to throw together in 2016. However, they would actually end up rolling Raw's tag division, mostly because of the lack of tag teams, and that they would actually have to throw Seth and Dean in there to actually fix it. But still, I thought they held down the fort nicely, and they had good matches with whoever they were actually against. 3rd
place, Sheamus and Cesaro. Had Roy Mortar get some chemistry as a team that were similar to or developing catchphrase. They turned heel post WrestleMania and have had plenty of great matches.
Alright, 2nd place for me, or first runner up, it is actually going to be the New Day. I felt that they created probably one of the best feuds, if not one of the best tag feuds in the last few years. It was just so, it got very personal, and they knew each other with the Usos that I felt that any lower for them would actually be almost as an insult.
There was also a 2nd place, pretty much what Pat said, and New Day, like I said earlier, I feel like had their strongest in-ring year.
Yeah.
So far, I hope that they can stay together for more years to come.
Well, my winner is the other half of that feud, the Usos. They've had great matches with who they've ever been in the ring with this year. They've had that stellar series with New Day. Had some of my favorite matches this year, in fact. And they really stepped up their game and held down the SmackDown Tag Division for the year.
And for first place for me, clearly the Usos. The Usos break the streak of the New Day in this category for me. It's also the second win for the Usos for me. Their heel turn led them to deliver some epic promos. When their match quality was just like the New Day, was better than ever. I will go as far as to say that this was the Usos 2017 was the best year for any WWE tag team this decade.
Oh yeah,
that's what I was saying.
I'll agree along with that too. Yes.
The match with New Day led to plenty incredible matches. I enjoyed the rap battle too. The two team side as well. Like I said, I wasn't a huge fan they turned the Usos face post Hell in a Cell because I like them so much as heels. But as the environment takes, they anyway, so to keep heels as heels. The fans ended up cheering them too much.
Yeah.
In the next and part 4.
It's either people hate you long enough or you become such the good guy.
So in part 4, we're going to have the fun and worst of the worst. The best of the worst come out. And probably the best of the best too. You're squeezing that video.
Yes.
So stay tuned.
See you then.